Yes,
Yes,
you're
yes.
audible.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, thank you. Yeah.
So, hi everyone. Today is going to be the first session of SAP TRM. We had a demo on 7th of January. Okay, I hope every one of you have received the recordings of the demo session. It was just a demo only. Today we are going to start it from the first session. And those who are new joining, so you can consider it as the first session only. Thank you so much, guys. Abhi, over to you.
Okay, yeah. Thank you. Thank you everyone for joining. So since today is the first session, so I'll discuss about that. Um, what is the importance of the treasury? So before I going to start and doing the configuration, let me give you some understanding why this module is important. Example, let's say if you have if in your client, let's say FI module has implemented. So what is the need of that? Like, additionally, we go with the SAP TRM module. So just a kind of food for thoughts for everyone, like, just to understanding, like, what do you think, like, why we required? Let's say your client has already implemented SAP, um, you know, FICO module. So let me share my screen. And the requirement has come in a way that I hope you all can see my screen, right? Yes, no?
Yes, yes,
Yes, Abhi.
yes.
Yes,
Okay. So let's say, just to understand, let's say in your current company, we have all the module except the TRM. And let's say you are in the support project and your customer has come and mentioned that, like, we wanted to do some investment in, let's say, in the fixed deposits.
तो मोबाइल
So
को
can
डाल
you
दो
do that same thing? Hi, can you hear me?
हाँ,
So if you're not talking, could you please mute yourself? So the scenario, I just wanted to understand, make you understand the importance of that. Like, let's talking about the scenario. Scenarios like that, your finance manager has come and asked you, like, let's say we have an FI module implemented, and what they want a kind of investment posting, in FI, and they wanted to understand, like, if let's say, for example, they have parked some amount, let's say 10 million, into the fixed deposit. 10 million into fixed deposits, and they wanted to understand whether we can do that things without implementing SAP TRM, or let's say we wanted to do in FI module. So what are the benefits? I mean, TRM over FI that can be done. Let's say this is the scenario that can be. He asked your finance managers from client has asked you whether you can do the investment into the FI module, and what are the things are there. So I want you to all the participate and visualize the thing. So what do you think, like, let's say when you think of an fixed deposits, okay, you think of an fixed deposits, the corporate investments. So what are the things which is comes to your mind when you updating in the FI module? Like, what are the things you can do? What are the things you cannot do? I want you to all participate and give some input to me.
Hi, Abhi.
no,
This is this is Venu. So, when we are having, if they come up with this kind of requirement, probably from finance and, simply we can give kind of recurring feature so that, they can post this transaction and everyone they get this, what do you call, interest that can be captured or posted in SAP.
So you are suggesting a kind of SAP FI recurring posting, right?
Yeah.
Recurring posting. So, okay, I find. Okay, fine. So, what are you trying to achieve from the recurring posting? My question was, what are the things you can do when you think of an investment in the fixed deposits. Yes, it can be done. Recurring entries. So recurring entries normally we usually in FI module do it for the some kind of you know recurring kind of repeating kind of transactions. Yes, you can do that. But what are the things you can do? What are the things you can? What are the challenges you will face it here? So what are the things? Let's say if you try to do the posting in FI, right? So what would be the accounting entry first we should know? Your
Yeah.
account, you basically think of it accounting posting perspective first, like you have a two GLs where you can do the investment posting. Example, investment in FD or I'd say fixed deposit, right? It would be debit and another entry would be bank or bank clearing account would be credit, right? This would be the things we can do the posting. What else? See, if you do this posting, definitely our purpose is solved, right? No? So we
Yeah.
need two GL account to do the posting, correct? All you are with me?
Right.
Yes.
Yes, Abhi.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I tell you some of the things which you cannot do. I was expecting you to do that. Say example. Let's say you have so many investments in fixed deposit. Okay, from this, what are the things you can input here? You can do the posting, let's say on the this accounting document get posted, let's say on the investment date. We have a posting date, right? Or document date. Using the days to what we can define the day we have invested. Let's say we have invested the 10 million as on, let's say 20th January 2023. Sorry, 2024. And let's just say would be the document date. Correct, no? This we can achieve also
Mm.
the day of
Yeah.
an investment.
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay. Now this is fine. So all you agree that that much we can do it. But let's say if you are a manager of treasury, corporate treasury, this information is enough for you.
No.
Only this information. Using this
No.
information, is it enough for you to identify your investment is done?
No.
See, I basically want you to participate here because it is not me alone, which is, I want you to visualize the thing. I understand you don't have an experience. Maybe you, some people have, some people may not have. But whosoever is having some idea, please participate here.
I think along with this, we as a treasury manager, we also need to know what is the percentage of interest we are going to get on this fixed
Hmm.
deposit,
Correct, correct,
and then
correct.
value date.
Absolutely right. Hmm.
And all the terms
In
and
the so,
conditions.
can you do that? Can you get it from the FI module? What is the start date, and what is the end date of the investment? Answer is no.
No.
We maximum enter the posting date or the document date. But there is no question, there is no point, there is no field which says this investment is for how many days. Example, start date of the investment, right? And end date of the investment,
Uh,
correct? Yes.
Abhi Yogesh here, but can't we achieve this through accrual engine by creating
Hmm.
the
How?
interest
How
postings?
you will? Accrual engine is what? Accrual engine is mainly for accrual sort of posting, right?
Okay.
Accrual engine is basically a posting the accrual short of document. From
Mm-hmm.
there, no report would be available. Accrual document, maybe you try to give some field, but normally accrual document
Mm-hmm.
posted to accounting. If you see from the accounting document perspective or
Mm-hmm.
accounting report perspective, know where you get the start date and end date of the investments. This is the first one. Second thing, what is the rate of interest of that investment? You also cannot identify it. Correct? Example, what is the calculation methods? Calculation methods of interest. Example, many banks, when they are doing the calculation, they will be using 360, interest calculation methods, or 365, or there will be multiple combinations of it. You cannot identify it. Third thing, this is the first point, second, third. Fourth thing would be, example, if you wanted to do the extend your fixed deposit, there is no field to enter. Let's say we identify that we have investment, we can do the investment, means our funds is available for 3 months, but because of any reason, our treasury manager or cash manager decided, no, we can extend the parking 1 more month. So there is no field which will help you to extend, and there is no report available which shows you that yes, this is extension happen, which we call it in treasury terminology called rollover. We cannot have an option. You cannot have an option any reporting available which will tell you, okay, what is the start date, what is end date, what is the rate of interest, what is interest calculation method, if any rollover is happening, what would be the date of the maturity. Those things you cannot do it in SAP FI module. Good. However, you can do this postings, but what else? Example, if you are the finance manager, okay, FI manager, let's say this is get matured after 3 months. Let's say I'm giving an example here. I'll just remove this one. Let's say, oh, here. Let's say on the maturity date or end date, or we call it as a maturity oblique end date. It's, let's say, 31st March 2024. Now, on the 31st March, you do not, if you don't, I mean, see what example happened. From the FI accounting perspective, it will not tell you like this amount is getting matured today because you don't have a reporting. Okay, if you maintain some Excel, along with the SAP system, you have to maintain some Excel into the system, which will tell you, okay, this is having a maturity date on today's, let's say on 31st March 2024, let's say the investment is getting mature. Now, if you forget to do that because of any reason, there will be no accounting posting. Okay, if you forget to do that, you do not do the accounting posting again manually, then what will happen? It will impact your financials. Also, so what is happening exactly when you have an only FI module implemented, everything you have to do it manually. That means every time you have to choose this accounting posting manually. So if you have an FI module, so all these things has to be done manually, right? You have to select the accounting, right? You have to do the maybe you can create some accruals or recurring templates. Fine, I agree with that. It could be maybe initial entry can be automated. Correct. But what else? Example, there is no, informations. There is no reporting. Even you can do that. You can do the initial entry automatically. But what happens is you do not have any reporting mechanism which will tell you, okay, this is the investment you have done. This is the start date of the investment. This is the maturity date. This is the interest amount to be calculated. Example. Next point would be interest calculations. calculation. That is also has to be done manually, because system do not calculate anything automatically, because since this is a FI module, so interest calculations is also happening manually. You have to calculate manually in Excel, and accordingly you do the accounting posting. Also, if someone is forget to do that, it will impact your financials. Then accruals. You can do the accrual calculation again, it would be manually. What is accrual calculation? Let's say you have done an investment for the 3 month. You have done investment today, the maturity would be, let's say, on 31st March 2024. In that case, what we do, we perform some kind of month end activities. The month end activities, the purpose is for accrual. Like interest may be receiving on the month of March, but we are calculating interest on month end basis. Because why it is so? Let's say on 31st March 2024, you receive a, let's say, 1 lakh of interest. What will happen? This entire 1 lakh will go to the your P&L account, and your P&L will be shoot up by 1 lakh profit. But actually that is not the case. That is the reason we are doing the accrual. That 1 lakh, even though you're receiving in the month of March, but the interest is a part, the interest is belongs to January, February, and March. In order to make your financial statement in the fair value, or like make it as per the accounting principle, or to show the fair value, like you should not enter those things, like it should not be uh, only in the month of March it will show the profit by shoot up 1 lakh, whatever the interest. So we have to show in the system that even though you're receiving, but that is a part of my January's interest, February interest, March interest. To end all the 3 month interest, I'll be receiving on 31st March. So that's the reason we perform the accrual posting. So if you want to do the things, you have to do it manually, right? So
Financial
these are
200
the,
comes.
Mhm. Sorry.
The current 100 is fine.
Can you repeat once again, please? I'm not able to understand.
Sorry, Abhi, my bad.
Okay. So you wanted to say something?
No, Abhi, please ignore. Please proceed.
Okay. Okay. Sure. So these are the things. You don't have an extensive reporting things. You don't have a reminder things. You don't have an approval workflow mechanisms apply for that. And you don't have an options. You can have an reporting which will show you what is the rate of interest. Now comes to SAP TRM. Let's say we are implementing SAP TRM to my client. So what will happen? The first thing, your accounting will be automated. Okay, your accounting to treasury will be automated. Automated in the sense we define some kind of account determination, and based on that system will do the posting for the flow using TBV1. So it's called posting flow. So what will happen, I tell you, when you do the posting, when you do the TBV1 transaction, all this accounting will happen automatically. Means user need not to choose the investment deposit account, or let's say the customer have a different scenarios. Example here, let's say they are segregating the investment in a way that their fixed deposit investment would be in a two different GL. One GL would be, let's say they categorizing or segregating the investment in short-term investment and long-term investment. Okay. What is short-term investment? So they have created two different GL, like one GL which represent call if any investment within 12 months they will consider as a short-term investment, or any investment if they do it for more than 1 year, that would consider as a long-term investment. So all these things we can make it into configuration. So what will happen, user need not to select those GL account manually. That would be part of our account determination configuration, and based on that when you select this particular short-term investment using the called general valuation class called GVC, based on that system will determine, okay, this is short-term GVC, so we should take, system will take this GL account. So these all the things will happen manually, I mean automatically. We need not to do select manual posting. Second thing, all the accrual posting, that is called month end posting, it will also automated. Means we going to configure into the system, and based on that when business perform TPM 44 or accrual posting, system will do the perform the accruals automatically. Also we have a reporting, we have a multiple reporting which will tell us like whether this investment what is the start date, what is the end date of the investment, what is the rate of interest, all these things it will tell you. Okay. So these are the, so you can see a complete report if your manager wants to see that, okay, for this particular month how many investments is getting matured. Okay, if they wanted to see what is the start date, what is the different dates with the rate of interest, that can be done in the SAP TRM. So the first advantage, if you see that, you don't need to remember the GL account, where to what. All this would be part of configuration. It would get posted automatically. Accrual posting automatically. Month end activities. There would be so many month end activities are there which can be performed. And most importantly, if you implement treasury module, you can also implement the SAP treasury organization structure, like the front office, middle office, and back office activities. Example here, what do you mean by this organization structure? I mean, SAP treasury organization structure is broadly categorized as an TRM org structure. What is org structure here? It would be front office, middle office, back office. Okay, before I go to the another this one, the org structure. So another advantage is whatever the postings you do, that is also controlled. This data, it's also flow to your cash management. That is your cash flow analyzer. So example, if you create a deal today, and that investments you have created, it will appear in your cash flow analyzer report. So your cash manager can see that what are the investments happen, what are the inflows, what are the outflows into the cash flow analyzer app. Okay. So these are the broader part which that's the reason companies are going with the SAP TRM module. Not only that, so when you talk about SAP TRM module, so we talk about the basically all the financial instrument which you call it as a product type. Example, let's say we are investing, there are lots of products, financial instruments are available in the SAP TRM module, which we segregated into the different product group. What are those product group? Example, when you talk about the banks, What are the banks offering? Let's say bank is offering your current account, your fixed deposits, different kind of term deposits, deposit notice, various loans products. These are called the financial instruments. All those financial instruments are already available is in the SAP TRM module. But if you see from the FI perspective, we have only GL. So GL, yes, definitely in the GL, what we can see. So GL will serve the only one purpose, that is whatever posting to an accounting to some extent. But if you wanted to see the functionality of the product, you cannot maintain in the FI module. Example I'll give you. Let's say you have done an investment today, 10 million. Let's say your investment in fixed deposit, it's 10 million. And it is duration of the investment, let's say 3 months. And based on that, let's say bank has given you a best rate, what is rate of interest 4.5. Now, because of any reason, you have to withdraw some money, let's say 5 million, because of any reason. Now, what happened in this case, when you withdraw the 5 million out of 10 million, do you think bank will give you the same rate of interest? Answer is no. So what is this? This is basically process. The process is saying if something is getting changed, then what to do? What are you going to do? Are you going to take care of this process? Answer is no. FI module doesn't have this solution. So example, now bank is saying, okay, I have given the offer 4.5 because your investment was 10 million. Now you are withdrawing 50% of it. I'll not give you that one. So my rate of interest will get down. I'll give you, let's say 3.75 rate of interest. Can you maintain this process into a SAP FI? Answer is no. Because you do not have an option. If any sort of premature withdrawal is there, you maintain those entire process into the SAP FI module. You do not have, but in Treasury you have an option, like after the withdrawal you can maintain the new rate of interest provided by the bank, and this process is called the premature withdrawal. Okay, so this entire process, when you talk about the when you talk about the SAP TRM module, it talks about the as a process as a whole, because your purpose is not only to to just do the posting in FI and understand what is the account. No, that is not the thing. A treasury manager wanted to see many things. Treasury manager also wanted to see from the risk perspectives also. Example, the banks may give you more rate of interest. Maybe there is a possibility the bank's financial condition may not be good, correct? Like the NPA, non-performing assets of the bank, maybe is going. I mean, the constantly the bank's performance deteriorating. What will happen? We have all seen in India a few years back. There is a bank called Yes Bank who has those situations. So SAP Treasury module also have an risk tool, like we call it as a credit risk analyzer. So what we do here in this case, the bank will constantly, the treasury team will constantly monitor the performance of the bank with many tools. Let's say they can buy some kind of rating from the credit rating agencies, and based on that, they will increase or decrease the investment. Let's say if they find the particular bank, even though they are giving the high rate of interest, but their rating is not good. So that sort of analysis you cannot do in the FI module, because FI module is mainly with those accounting posting. It doesn't talk about what kind of risks we do the calculation on the bank. what sort of analysis we do with the bank, what sort of tool we are using. So all these things will be happening in SAP Treasury module. So example, if you wanted to do some sort of analysis, like if there is a chances that the all the economy get collapsed and because of any reason, the rate of interest it also impacting the rate of interest. I'm not talking about the basically fixed deposit perspective, but any sort of analysis like what if analysis that you cannot do in SAP FI module. So you can definitely do SAP TRM module under the risk management. So risk managed treasury and risk management module together, it gives an end-to-end information to the treasury team. Not only treasury team, I mean in treasury there are a lot of departments are there. Let me some of the departments that talks about that cash management, like the cash managers. It gives information to the cash managers also, like what sort of incoming and outgoing, what is impacting on the cash flows. That all the things it's also flow from SAP TRM module to SAP cash management module. So now uh, it has a lot of financial instruments. So when you talk about the categories of the financial instruments, example, as I given an example, when you talk about the banks, so in treasury module, it has got some kind of product group. We call it as a product product group. So under the product group, we have a different product group. One for money market, another product group is called the securities, forex, derivatives, then trade finance. So each of the product group having different financial instruments. Under money market represent what? Money market represent banks. So whatever the products bank is selling to the corporates, all these product types are available into the SAP into under the product money market product group. Be it as an fixed term deposit or fixed deposit or deposited notice or loans or current account also you can create it into the SAP TRM module. Under securities, it has all the securities, example, shares, mutual fund, debentures, bond. This is the financial instruments. When you talk about the product group of Forex, under the Forex, we have a forward contract with delivery, forward contract with non-physical delivery, physical delivery, spots. Under derivatives, we have a interest rate swaps, currency swaps. Under the trade finance, we have a letter of credit, bank guarantee. So these are what? These are the different products which is grouped under the product group, different product group. So this product group is not only talking about your accounting of it, but it talks about entire process mapping, right? Your end-to-end process mapping. So when I talk about the securities, what are the activities we perform? Let's say I'm talking about the investment project. We buy securities, we sell securities. Then what will happen? We do the mark to market calculation of the securities. That is also available. So think of anything like, if you wanted to understand what is a gain and loss, let's say you buy at 44 and you sell it at 56. So system will also calculate if you sell it, what is the profit, what's the gain and loss happening in that. You can include your demat account, you include your bank account which is associated with the demats. So all this process, what is the everyday, say example, the closing price of the month, you can enter it via the market data management. So all these processes are there as a part of the product. The financial instruments, entire financial instruments entire process, you can map it under SAP TRM module. So that's the reason we this product has its own importance over SAP FI module. And also we talk about this organization structure. So example, when you talk about the TRM organization structure, it's broadly segregated to this three, like front office, middle office, and back office. What is front office? So imagine, let's say if you might have gone to a bank, right? So bank is also a kind of an TRM, treasury short of organization structure. So if you go to a bank, you see that there are people who are sitting, like the bank staff, who are sitting in the front door, right? So let's say if you go to a bank to open a bank account, you go to a bank and ask them that I wanted to open a bank account. So what happened? This front office team will give you the form. They ask you, okay, we have to fill it up the form. You need to provide your PAN or Aadhaar or whatever the social securities details, signatures. They will You will do that and they will collect the form. They will ask you your passport size photos and nominee, all the details. They will fill it up. They will help you to fill it up, and then you give this form to the front office team. And then what they will do, they will submit the details along with your passport size photo, Aadhaar, PAN card copy, all the field forms to the middle office team to further review if something is getting missed or not. Let's say the middle office team finds that after reviewing the thing, one signature got missed out. So they will return back this form to the front office team, and then front office team will call the customers and get those missing signature done, and then again send it back to the middle office team for the review or validation. It's called a 4I principle. Like they basically, the middle office team would be, mainly mean for this kind of validation activities. So then once they validate, what will happen? They will enter this data into their centralized database and send this information to the head office that all these documents are fine. We can open a bank account for the so and so person. So this is the thing. Now this is what called front office and back middle office. This activity. What about the back office team? So back office team are mainly interested about your day-to-day accounting, posting, payments to the bank, or those activities related to the bank or accounting posting. That would be a responsible, that team, the back office team is responsible for that. Now the question is, how do you control that? So we can control via the securities role. Okay, we define three different roles, three different transaction type with roles, so that the moment front office team will create, they do not have an option to go and do the validation. We call it in SAP TRM language called settlement. The settlement is something like they will validate the things first, and after that they find everything is fine, they will settle. The settlement, everything is fine, and only then the accounting posting is allowed, system allow. You see that how TRM system is strict. It will not allow to do any posting if validation not been done. In treasury language we call it as a settlement. So after the settlement done, only then system will do the allows accounting posting, and all these things can be performed with the help of rows, transaction code access. So front office team, we only give some transaction access. Settlement related transaction would be given to middle office team, and back office team will give any sort of accounting posting related transactions where they can do posting to the flows to accounting, or any sort of payments related to the treasury, any payments. So they are the responsible team for that. So this way we can control entire organization structures like front office activities, middle office activities, and the back office activities. Okay. So this is about the introduction of it. So if you have a questions, anything, you can ask, because today I just thought of just give you a kind of brief idea about the SAP Treasury. What is the importance of the SAP Treasury module? So now, just I'll show you some of the things. Give me a moment.
Abhay, I have a question once, maybe.
Haha, please.
Yeah, sorry, somewhere one of the point you mentioned that postings which we do in this module, it gets reflected in the cash flow analyzer. So all this thing, all the modules are integrated with each other, or how it is?
Ha,
Like,
yes. The integration means what I'm trying to say. When you say integrated, yes, SAP cash management can be integrated with even your P2P cycle to order to cash cycle along with the treasury. You can do all the things. You getting my point? So SAP cash management module is allowing treasury to control their function processes. So it is integrated. Cash management module is integrated with the means facilities is given. You have to do the configuration to get the result in the cash management. If you do not configure, it will not flow to the cash management. So the cash management, in order to flow the data to the cash management, we have some sort of tools called planning level and planning group. So using this planning level, planning group, planning type, these data will flow to the SAP cash management module from the SAP TRM.
okay, yeah, thank you.
Any other question? So I just keep it another, I mean, you have any questions, anything, please feel free to ask me. If you have any questions. So whatever we have understand today, it's a basic overview to make you understand why this module is important. If you go to a client tomorrow, you can explain to them what are the things are there. What are the disadvantage if you do not have? Because if you do not have the SAP TRM module, then though reminder or report would not be available. All the accounting posting will happen manually. It would be difficult for the people to remember. See, people who are doing that things, if we leave for a week, other person may not able to understand because nothing is properly getting flow. So one person who is doing only he is able to understand. That's why it's not the reporting is not an universally accepted, right? If the other person joins, if he is aware about all the processes, everything, because if you maintain something, part of the things in SAP, part of the things in SAP, I mean in Excel, it would be difficult for the other people to join, other people to understand and act upon. So that is the reason I mean, the importance of the treasury module. It's not only talking about the accounting. Accounting, yes, it's part of it, but it's morely talk about the business processes. Example here, when you talk about the LC processes, or let's talk about the business process of any investment, it takes care of entire process. Example, if you do the investment at the initially, what is the start date? It will show you, it will give you a report. Okay, this it get matured on this date. If you wanted to do any partial withdrawal and you just impacting your existing rate of interest, it will takes care of that. It will also take care of your month end activities, any sort of process point of view that can be mapped in the SAP TRM module. Similarly, when you, I mean, it is more about not only about the accounting, but it is more like talks about the entire business processes, accounting, and reporting. Clear? Just give
Okay.
me one moment, please. Hmm. Yes, yes, please, please tell me.
Yeah. Abhi, what do you call? Front office, middle office, and back office. We have the terms, right? Are these business terms in treasury, or this, or we can, set up in SCP as well,
We can
uh,
say, see, example, when you talk about the front office, middle office, and back office, That is mainly the roles and responsibility what is doing, right? It is nothing about the naming conventions. Example, when you talk about the front office, what the front office performing, it's mainly, it talks about the activities in general, right? So example, if front office is performing certain activities, let's say creation of some kind of deal, like investment deal or investment in fixed deposits, so investment in securities, so they creating some sort of master data sort of, we call it as a deal. But then again, they, another person, middle office team is an activity of the middle office team, where every set of people will be validating those inform data. So this is more or less like, control from the uh, role perspectives, activity
Okay.
perspectives. Hmm?
Clear. Clear. Yeah.
Any other questions, please?
So do we have workflows, Abhi, in Treasury?
Yes, we have a
Uh,
standard workflows available in the treasury.
Front office to back office activities.
It is not called, yes, kind of an front office to back office, where you can define that particular activities would be, who is the person when you create a deal, who is the middle office team, where the the workflow, that means the requested item will go via that way.
Hmm.
Yes, we have.
Yeah. Thanks, Abhi. That's all.
Actually speaking, today the server is not working, I guess, because of, I don't know what's the reason. Just 1 minute, I'll try to see if
Uh,
something is. Just 1 minute.
Abhi, are you using the old server or the new one?
No, no, no. I think some password. Just give me 1 moment.
Yes, yes,
Password
yes. It's
is.
working, I guess. Thank you. If any issues, Abhi, I'm here to help you out.
Okay, no, no, it's open. Maybe I given a wrong password. That could be the reason. So let me share my screen. I hope you can all see my screen. So you can see, I hope you all can see my screen, right? So now the
Yes. Yes, sir.
SAP, when you talk about the SAP TRM module, now it is a part of SAP Financial Supply Chain Management. So under that financial supply chain management, we have a many things. We have a cash and liquidity management, collection, credit disputes, bank communication management, in-house cash, advance payment management. So here you can see SAP TRM modules, SAP Treasury and Risk Management. So under SAP Treasury and Risk Management, if you go to the Transaction Manager, here you can see the product group. These are the different product group which you have mentioned. One is called money market, foreign exchange, securities, listed derivatives, trade finance. So now for all these things, we have a different product type. We call it product type is nothing, but it is in simple language, we call it as a financial instruments. When you talk about financial instrument under trade finance, what are the things that comes to your mind? First is letter of credit and bank guarantee, right? So it has everything. Now, is it only talking about the letter of credit, bank guarantees? only, I mean, see example, there can be different letter of credit which you can map it. Let's say normal letter of credit, standby letter of credit. What is the difference between the normal letter of credit and standby letter of credit? See example, in case of letter of credit, banks will give an assurance. Let's say when you're trying to deal with some suppliers, let's say someone who is in China, let's say you're buying something from China, and it's very difficult, if you wanted to buy, you're doing the export import from China, so they always ask kind of guarantee. So when you buy something, let's say you have to buy some, uh, let's say 1 lakh USD items from China, and they want some sort of guarantee. Now the difference is letter of credit. It's letter of credit when they ask for guarantee. So if you go to a bank and ask for normal letter of credit, so in that what will happen? Bank will give you the assurance that yes, that I am giving an assurance that my supplier, my I let's say my company code, I have asked for a bank guarantee. Let's say my company code. So bank will say yes, so and so company code. I mean this company will make the payment to you. That is, I am giving an assurance. Now, what is standby letter of credit? But sometimes what happens, your supplier say, no, no, I do not agree with that. If it is failed to make the payment, I need a separate sort of LC. Let's say standby letter of credit. What is that? The standby letter of credit where bank will give you a sort of, uh, you know, additional, they will write the, when you buy the standby letter of credit, they will give an assurance. Let's say if I fail to make the payment, then bank will make the payment. So that is the additional line which they will write it in the standby letter of credit. If I am may fail, if my client is failed to make the payment, I will make the payment on in that case. So that way, some supplier may say, no, I don't need a normal credit, letter of credit. I may go with the standby. So you can maintain both the things. So in SAP Treasury model, as I said, it's not talking about the accounting posting because see example, if I only think of accounting posting, I do not need this module at all. I can go to the SAP FI module and do wherever the accounting posting required. I can create two GL account to two different GL account to make my accounting posting done. But when you talk about the SAP Treasury module, it talks about end-to-end process. Like what are the process to you can include your POs, you can maintain your the presentation, what will happen, what are the documents needs to submit to the bank, all these details as a part of the process, you can update it, you can maintain into the trade finance module, also letter of credit, all the process you can map it inside the letter of credit. Okay, so this talking about this. So you can see there are different product group, trade finance, money market. When you're talking about the money market, we talk about different instrument which is selling by the financial institutions like bank, So inside that you can see product type. So product type, it's talk about the different financial instrument. Example, you can see here 51 May, it's a product type, it's a financial instruments which talk about fixed deposits. Sorry. Okay. Fixed deposits, deposited notice, commercial paper, right? Bilateral facilities, syndicate facilities, fiduciary in deposits. Now, fiduciary deposit is a different kind of deposit where the agent will come into picture. They will take the money from you and deposit to a bank. So remember of anything like you can see all this all these financial instruments are mapped to the different product type. So product type is nothing but a different financial instruments. Okay. So what we understand from the today's discussion, like treasury talks about accounting, it talk about business process end to end. It talks about accounting, it talks about reporting. Yes, one more person is asked, like, will it consider workflow? Yes, workflow also can be maintained It also integrated with the SAP cash management. So the data will flow from SAP TRM to cash management. It also takes care of the entire functions, activities of the middle office team, front office, middle office, front office, middle office, and back office team activities using the securities rule. Okay. So I just wanted to finish it today here because first day I just wanted to understand how the treasury works, and tomorrow onwards we'll start doing the configuration in the system. Because what I want, before you jump to the configuration, you should understand little bit about the product, how, why, how it is designed. If tomorrow anyone is asked, you can explain that. What is the advantage of it? So that's about this. So before I wind up the session, any questions, any doubt? I know it is today it has been maintained for 1.5 hours, but I really don't wanted to do any configuration today. So that's the reason I'm going to wind up here. But before I wind up, any questions, any doubt?
Rajan sir, I think you need to unmute yourself. Hello.
Yeah, anybody wants to say something?
Rajan sir, you have any questions?
Hey, hi Abhi, can you hear me? Yogesh here.
Yeah, yeah, hi. Yes, I can hear you.
Abhi, just a general question. So, like, FI is mostly suitable for production, manufacturing, or utilities industries. So, from TRM perspective, which industries are mostly, I mean, using TRM module, or which has most, I mean, these industries have most want for TRM implementation? I mean, if you could just
Okay.
brief about it, that would be
So
great.
yes, yes. So every industry type using treasury module. It is not specific to the manufacturing. No, every organization, whether it's in manufacturing to pharmacy to insurance to bank to be it anything, they have a treasury department. Even if you talk about the Reliance Industries, retails industries, everywhere there would be a treasury department involved. It is
Thanks,
not
Abhi.
an industry specific, rather it is a kind of activities every sort of industries perform. So that's why it is not like specific to industry, rather it is across all the industries. You don't think that the particular industry will not be, no, everywhere, because I tell you the reason. Example, the cash managements, that is a part of treasury. Your investment, see example, any damn industry you talk about, they do the investment, because whatever money, excess money they have into their bank account, in the current account, they do not get any interest out of that. So they always park their investments into any sort of investments avenues, let's say either bank or the mutual funds or shares. So this is a part of treasury team. Your cash management activities is a part of treasury. Now the most important thing, the bank account management in S4 HANA, that is entirely controlled by the who? Controlled by the treasury team. Because from the beginning only, all this payment was doing by the treasury team. You check it any organization, all this payment, liaising with the bank, talking with the bank, getting a loans, all these things, taking loan, making payment, all these activities are the performed by the treasury team. So every organization have the treasury team.
Okay. Hi, Abhi.
Yes,
Venu here.
thanks.
Yeah, hi.
Abhi,
Thank you.
Abhi, I agree with your response. I echo that. But the thing is, though client takes what do you call FSCM license, I see most of the clients they are not going utilizing this TRM. Is there any specific? I mean, what do you call separate license required for TRM?
Yes, separate license is required because in SAP, when they are selling the licenses, it is module wise, right?
No, no. You meant to say though they have FSCM, they're utilizing BCM. No, they're utilizing credit management. So is this a TRM is
I
separate
at
apart?
this point of time, I don't know, but how they are selling it right way. Just I don't know, but
Mm,
right. I mean, what happened is, I'm talking about many years back. Like they
mm,
are selling a different licenses. Example, if you wanted to buy, I don't know. Right now, they are merging entire licenses into as a SAP TRM, but I don't think because what happened is, I tell you, if you
mm.
go to SAP for anything, they always try to see where what are the things you're implementing, and based on that, they will ask for the licenses. Example, if you're implementing in your current project, let's say SAP cash management module, so they will buy in separate license. You have to buy separate licenses for that. It would not be as an FSCM as a whole, but however, I may have to check like how they are selling it right now. But this is what you have to check. We have to check, but ideally, I feel it would be separate licenses for the SAP TRM than the credit management. It would not be, they are not selling it as a kind of a comprehensive licenses for the FSCM. No. Even if you
Okay,
wanted to implement BCM, they will be charging separate licenses for that.
okay.
Even cash management, maybe bank and cash management comes together. But for SAP TRM, as I said, like if you want approval workflow into your bank account management, you have an bank light, but nobody wants to take a bank light. Now they will go with the license part of that. Like cash and bank, it's a complete license for the entire bank account management with the approval, or what is it called, dual maintenance or approval mechanism. If you want in your bank account management, then you have to go with the complete licenses, not the free one like Banklite. So that way I feel separate licenses is required for the SAP TRM module. Then over the FSCM, they may not sell like as an FSCM, but however I will check that point.
Yeah, and the last question, sorry. Uh, so, since it is not industry specific, it is generic for all the all kind of industries, but still, TRM is not using by many clients, I would say. What would be the reason, or what you say? I mean,
Excel they are using.
yeah.
They are not, they are Excel area. See, currently where we are implementing, they are doing everything in Excel.
Hmm.
The point is the people are not aware about that. So first of all, you should see that in market there is no treasury consultant available, not much treasury consultant. There isn't that consultant level, availability of the consulting level. So that's the reason people do not know, people are not aware. So when you go to a client, my client, they have implemented first FI module, and now at the lastly they are implementing SAP TRM. Okay. So this is mostly I understand why they are doing it, because they are not completely aware. And if you see, let's say 10 years back, I mean, even though if you see that um, there is no much awareness about the SAP tailoring module at all. You might see there will be no much from the client perspectives also. That's the reason most of the things you find it, they prefer to do it in Excel. They're not aware completely that this kind of module can be. And another reason could be, at that point of time when you're seeing the ECC module, everything can be done in the SAP FI module itself. Example, let's say wherever there's no broader level of SAP treasury activities as such. Example, cash management, even though it was there, but not at that extensive level. But now the things has changed. Now SAP treasury module has gained its importance because lots of things, they understand. A lot of blocks are available into the market. People have started understanding it as a module, how it can be used. That is the reason I think awareness is most of the important issues here. That's the reason most of the people, most of the clients, they are using Excel. They don't understand how to utilize, whether they are not aware, whether they completely, because see, you find that most of the clients, they are extensively using all sort of along with the treasury module, risk management modules also. But those I mean, previously there's no blocks as such to make the understand, like, what are the functionality, what are the things can be done, what maximum level we can achieve out of that. So that could be the reason that, I mean, it's the first where consultants are not available, and then it is not reaches to the client to understand the complete functionality of the TRM.
Yeah, Abhi, thank you.
Hi, Abhi. My name is Dinesh. So, as you said, right,
Yeah,
so
hi.
risk management, or we are going to cover the risk management, market analyzer, risk analyzer, all the things in this classes.
Yes, yes, it would be covered, but not the risk management module as such. But yes, we'll going to cover if you're talking about the risk management perspective. We basically in this curriculum, I frankly speaking that when we designed this curriculum, it was not there, in that, like we never thought of, like, that could be a demand. It comes to them from the people. So we never included the entire the risks analyzer module. So maybe I'll be bringing a separate courses for that. But in this curriculum, we have bring that exposures and hedge management and credit risk analyzer, not the market risk analyzer or portfolio analyzer as such. But yes, maybe I'll going to launch a separate product for that, but not because this product is in plus 55 to 60 hours. It has a lot of things. So I
Okay.
do not have
Yeah.
an thinking to again further extending the course, but maybe I'll come up with it maybe another 1 or 2 months to bring a separate courses for the risk management module, which talks about the extensively or the market risk portfolio analyzer, like that. Yes, so market risk
Okay.
analyzer
Yeah.
right now
Mhm.
it's not there, but
Yeah.
definitely I'll come back to you because we're trying and testing all the things can be done in the SAP, because right, many functionalities are not available in crack system. We call it as a these are not a real server at all. So we are trying to see that what can be. So maybe another 2 months down the line, I'll come up with a new course for the risk management module.
Okay, Abhi, thank you. Yeah. So, follow-on question on this, Abhi, like,
Mhm.
so this is the first class of the training. I would like to, ask a couple of questions about the training
Yeah, yeah,
strategy.
please, please.
So, you will be
Mhm.
covering the real-time scenarios, and most of the clients are using Kariba more than SAP for the treasury. So you will be teaching the integration with the Excel system because all the operations are happening in Kariba now, and postings are happening in SAP as a part of the like day closing or like month end closing, year end closing. So you will be covering those also in the training, like how the Excel system integration, not from the Kariba point of like what will happen from like the if the operations in the Excel system and how the postings are happening in SAP.
See, the point here is the people may be using Kariba for their treasury operations, right? So we are learning from the SAP treasury perspective. Say example, if you have any activity, see example in SAP, you may not create a request right now, but apart from creating a request, you can do those things posting into the SAP, let's say cash management module. So point is, we are not. I mean, see, Kariba, it has its own function. We're not going to see that. What we can see that, say example, if something you need to do from the SAP end-to-end processes, we can see right from the creation of the deal to month-end activities to accounting to middle office activities, back office activities, how it is integrated with the treasury payments. All this we're going to see that.
Okay, okay, yeah. And also, it will be like there'll be outbound, right? For example, integration with Bloomberg for the FX, and like so
That
you'll be.
is,
Mhm.
so do you want me to integrate with Bloomberg?
No, not
Answer
like
is
not
no.
the real time. At least
Uh,
the concept wise. Like if you
Say
do something in
example,
SAP, how?
Dinesh,
Yeah.
Dinesh, we let's say if the FX rate is normally we trying to bring the FX rate from the Bloomberg. Not only FX rate, maybe we bring the reference interest rate for variable, or let's say mark to market price. I may not able to show you from the Bloomberg integration, but what I can show you, I can show you where it has to be maintained manually so that your activity can be performed. That market data management, I will show you, because without that, you cannot do the mark to market posting, or let's say forex posting or the forex calculations. You cannot do it, right? So where it will go posted? If Bloomberg is not there, our work will not finish. We'll go and maintain the foreign exchange rate into the ticker table like that. So
Got
basically,
it.
Bloomberg is
Yeah,
updating the
thanks.
data
Right.
into that
Okay.
table. I will go same configuration which we are maintaining manually.
So, Abhi, as a part of this training, you will be teaching day closing, month end closing, year end closing from the business perspective, and also what is happening from the business side more than the uh, system configuration. Correct?
See example, whatever normally we implement for the client, we'll discuss about all these real-time scenarios. Yes, of course. All these month-end activities will perform into the system. Day closing, maybe this kind of terms may be using in a different system. In SAP, we normally make it as a month-end activities. Okay. And those would be a part of the curriculum.
Got it. Okay, Abhi, thank you.
Hello, Abhi. This is Rishikesh. I have a question that whether we will be covering a little bit of bank communication as well, like outbound,
Yes,
inbound.
yes. That is an overview. So example, your cash management, in-house cash, it would be a part of your overview session where we can see that in that overview session, I have explained, I'm going to explain like what are the things are there, how to configure. Yes, it would be part. BCM, cash management, in-house cash, it would be part of overview session. Yes.
So
BCM, I
overview
could
session.
show overview in
Okay.
the sense the BCM config, how it works, it would be there. Cash management, how it works, it would be there. Even some of the scenarios we're going to include it here. But in-house cache, I may not able to show you in the system because in order to, I may be planning to bring an in-house cache in another 3 4 months, but it is another module altogether. So that is all the part of overview. BCM, you can learn in the system perspective how we're going to configure. Yes.
Okay. And Abhi, for some of the basics like direct quotes, indirect quotes, or factors, because I am not a former TRM consultant as such. So
Those
whenever
is required
we,
at the risk management. The factors, those things are
okay,
required at the risk management module, not the SAP TRM module. TRM, it's talking about the more of financial instruments. The factor indices, those things would be more required at the risk management module. So maybe risk management module, I'll come up another 2 months, but this is not inside this curriculum. I have not included risk management module. So
okay,
when we
but
discuss, when
usual.
you bring that
Mhm.
course, that point of time, we'll discuss definitely in details on that. Yes.
Okay, so like usual foreign exchange rate maintenance, we have direct
That
quotes,
is in
indirect
TCAR table,
quotes.
right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
And
direct quotes, indirect quotes, I'm not going to discuss in details. We're just going to maintain the exchange rate because the rate which we are maintaining in the exchange rate based on that system will take the things. When you discuss about the foreign exchange, will maintain the different exchange rate on the different date wise so that system will calculate the gain and loss, right? This is one of the factor which is required. It is part of the curriculum, but not at the basic level. What is how to do and maintain, because this is, I assume that this is already known, that TCAR table, like what is exchange
yeah,
rate,
that's known.
where we're
Yes,
going to
yes.
maintain that. Yes.
Okay.
Avi, there are a couple of questions in the chat window as well. So Mr. Rajan is asking some of the questions. Shall I read for you, or can you
No,
can?
no, no, let me, okay, show the
Yeah.
I will
yeah,
try
ask
to
me.
speak once again. Am I audible?
Yeah, yeah, you are audible.
Ah,
Go
yeah,
ahead.
Mr. Rajan, you're
Okay.
audible.
Initially, my mic was not working, Abhi sir. Sorry for that. No, no, you were showing that path. I just missed. If you can show the path in the TRM,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
SPRO, sorry. If you have logged out, we can see tomorrow, sir. No problem. I'll find it out. No problem.
Okay, here.
No. Yeah, this, where exactly? Financial supply chain. FSCM, is it? FSCM.
Yeah, under financial supply chain management,
Okay.
you can see this is
Treasury
the
and risk
part.
management. Okay, fine,
This is
fine.
the financial supply chain management. This is treasury and risk management. Under
Yeah.
that, everything is.
Another thing is, does TRM has any functionality which helps us monitor the global cash and cash equivalent availability?
Yeah, of course, of course. Cash
There's
management
a
is a part
tool.
of that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
See, you
there's a.
can see that here. Cash
Uh-huh.
and liquidity
I
management.
think
It's a
the
part of
window is
FSCM.
small, so I think I have to do something here. Full
Yeah, you have
screen.
to make your screen large here.
Yeah, yeah, I'll do that, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay.
So at
So
any
any other?
given point of time,
Mhm.
what are my available funds for investments?
See, example, available for investment. This is something like the treasury cash manager will take care of that. The cash management, it is not that kind of things you are expecting. Cash management tool will tell you what is your inflows and outflows of cash. Based on that, they will take care of that. How? Because see example, before you take a decision how much you're going to do the investments, right? So there will be so much of things they will do the calculation. Like example, what is the minimum amount of balances which needs to be maintained, and then they will put those things you cannot see in the SAP cash management perspective. The cash management reports mainly talks about what is your inflow and what is your outflow of cash.
Okay.
You getting my
So
point, Raji?
globally, yeah, yeah. I have this. I mean, what I am confirming is there is a functionality within TRM that tells me what is the cash and cash equivalent position globally.
When
Right.
you see the cash management report, that point of time you park your question right now, because you
Okay.
may not have understanding right now how what the level the report will show. Once I will show you, go to the cash management topic, that point of time we discuss on that.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank. That helps. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. So shall I wind up the session here, or any question, anybody has any question?
Uh, Venu, you are having any queries?
So
Venugopal?
next
Abhi,
class is tomorrow, no, sir?
Yeah.
Yes,
Abhi, one
tomorrow.
question. Uh,
Yeah,
are
yeah.
we covering or are you giving any overview on APM? Abhi?
What is the thing? Can you repeat once again, please?
APM, Advanced Payment Management.
No, no, no. Advanced payment management, I'm not going to take care, because if you know
Mm-hmm.
in-house, this is a somewhat linked to the in-house cash management. The same
Correct, correct.
functionality. SAP has given a separate name and it's a separate module altogether.
Okay, okay.
It is not a part of
Understood.
treasury.
I thought if you will be giving some overview since you were
No, no,
giving
no.
IHC. Okay.
No, no, no. IHC, I said it's a separate module. See, example, credit management, collection management, dispute management. These are all separate module. It's no link with the treasury. Treasury and risk management, it's a separate module. Advanced payment management, it's a more like an in-house cash only, but SAP has given a name as an advanced payment management. It's a completely different topic where you
Yeah,
have to
understood.
implement a lot of IDOCs. I'm not going to take care of them. No.
Okay.
Maybe in future, if I coming up, maybe we are trying to see, maybe after 3 months, I'll come up with another module training called in-house cash, or along with the risk management module. Because anybody, see example, risk management and this kind of module is not an everybody can understand easily. Those who are extensive, those know the risk management module, they understand all sort of things called var calculations, like NPV calculations, like sensitivity analysis, as if so it is not for everyone. So another thing is that system may not be capable enough to see that. So we are trying and testing. So maybe we'll come up with a separate risk management module in near future. But at this point of time, we are not taking care of risk management, especially the market risks or portfolio analyzer in this curriculum. Hmm.
So, Abhi, this training will be happening in like S4 or it's a ECC? Because and also you will be explaining
No, no, no
about the
ECC.
difference like ECC and S4.
No ECC. First of all, even though there is no changes as such apart from the bank account management, but however, we are not doing any sort of comparison like what is ECC versus S4 HANA. As such, there is no differences has been made. Only in ACC, whatever configurations are there, same configuration we also do it in S4 HANA. So product wise, there is no changes.
Got it. Okay, yeah.
So and this entire training would be happening in S4 HANA only.
Okay, thank you, Abhi.
So that's what I'm trying to tell you. There is no changes, and I'm not going to discuss anything on the any ECC to S4 HANA since there is no changes at all.
Great, guys. Thank you so much. And tomorrow we'll be having the session at the same time, right,
Nine
Abhi?
nine
Same
nine
time.
nine nine at 9.
We'll put it at 9 o'clock tomorrow.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So, anyway, Sana is going to inform to every one of you. So, tomorrow schedule would be at 9 p.m.
All right.
Yeah. So, thank you so much, guys, and thank you so much, Abhi, for your patience and explaining the things in a very clearly manner. Thank you, everyone.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Abhi.
Thank you, Abhi sir.